Hey, welcome back to a brand new and equally as depressing video as the last two I've made. Today, again, we're going to be discussing the Creepshow Art allegations, as they've continued to expand and evolve over the past few days, coming to a new situation where another content creator has come out claiming Creepshow Art has lied about this Amy person this whole time, and that this whole time, Creepshow Art was the Amy to this person that's calling them out. And this person is a very reputable YouTuber with 500,000 subscribers, and as such, I feel like this story has enough validity to cover on a video. This seems like a huge situation, and apparently this person's going to be following up with evidence of everything they're claiming, years worth of proof, and as such, I'd just like to go through it. Though, if you haven't seen my last two videos, the first video touches on what's being claimed, how it's likely it's Creepshow, and basically just briefly explains the allegations against Creepshow while going through some posts about Creepshow that have shared other people's opinions on the situation. And my second video went more in depth on Creepshow's responses and how this situation is being received from the public so far, with more information in depth on how Creepshow Art has likely planned out the Hopeless Peaches drama, and how Peaches is basically innocent of everything Creepshow claimed, which I already did show in my Hopeless Peaches documentary, but in this video I'm going to go more in depth on everything Creepshow Art has done recently. And as such, I think this video will be worth the watch. This Emily Artful stuff, the stuff where Creepshow Art has apparently been the Amy to Emily Artful, is way more than I could have ever realized would ever come out about Creepshow Art, and I think this is the biggest information to come out thus far, and as such, I'm going to treat this situation with the due diligence and respect it needs with such a serious and difficult topic to cover, as there's no 100% proof out yet, but there is a lot going on here, and a lot of claims being made. But before I begin, this video is completely allegations. Everything I discuss from this point will be an allegation, and whether I refer to it like it's fact or not, it is still an allegation. I'm not making any claims against Creepshow, I'm just discussing the public's opinion, the current claims against Creepshow, and I'll always be open to do a follow-up if Creepshow ever makes a response proving herself innocent, which at this point I personally doubt will ever happen given how likely it is that Creepshow Art is guilty here. But I'll go more in depth on that later, considering this is a whole huge situation, and I think it would be good to give you a little summary for those that haven't seen the previous videos. To catch you up to speed, Creepshow Art was accused of running a lolcow account anonymously, where she would promote her own videos, spread offensive comments about other content creators she worked with, highlighted how she likely planned the Hopeless Peaches drama and was disrespecting her from back when they were friends, and how Creepshow Art this whole time has been posting very discriminatory posts on this account, which have offended a lot of people and very quickly lost Creepshow Art any public respect, with her losing over 20,000 subscribers, I believe now, which is a bonkers amount to lose, but I believe it's only going to fall further, and I'm presuming that Creepshow Art will never have a chance to be forgiven if all of this is proven true, or if she doesn't respond very soon, as she really needs to give her case here if she believes she's innocent. Otherwise, the public's opinion is never going to change. But before we begin, if you haven't seen this YouTuber in your recommended feed before, hi, I'm HarleyTBS, a smaller YouTuber. Can I even say that anymore? With almost 30,000 subscribers, I think it'll be 30k by the time this video goes up, which, may I just say, was a childhood dream since I was 11, so if this video is coming out once I've hit it, I am so fucking grateful. There'll probably be a Twitter post seeing my live reaction, or reaction right after it happens, which will get you to basically see my actual raw, reaction. I haven't actually had it happen yet, so I'm not really hyped up as of yet. But it is genuinely nuts that you guys have made my childhood dreams come true this quickly, and I cannot say anything but thank you for the recent support on the channel. It means a lot, and I genuinely appreciate everything you guys have done for me. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do go down below and click subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a like on this video. These videos take a lot of research to do, and these videos aren't easy to script. It's 8 AM and I'm still working on this video, which is absolutely nuts, but my sleep schedule is fucked, and I decided that it was important to get this information to you as quick as possible, so I decided instead of just posting an easier video to make, I decided to delve into this and look at the full allegations coming out about Creepshow now, and hopefully fill you in on everything that's happened thus far, and hopefully spread some light on the Emily Artful situation and bring more attention to it, as this is a situation that, if true, is way larger than anything else about Creepshow, and I genuinely believe she won't be able to come back from this. Anything else she could have previously apologized for and probably got away with over time, but this sort of thing, you can't escape. And the next video on this channel will probably be going over the receipts that Emily Artful shows, so if you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, you'll get notified when that video goes live so that you keep updated with it. Also, my other social media will be linked down below in the description, so if you want to check me out on other platforms like Twitter, Discord, all of that, so you can see my live reactions to a bunch of situations, and get to see more of me, my opinion, all of that shit, go check out those platforms down below. My Discord is way more likely to notify you for videos, and I tweet every time a video goes up at 6 PM GMT, 1 PM EST every single day. So, with that being said, any support you could show me would be highly appreciated, and my Patreon, Ko-fi, and join button are all down below if you want to support this channel financially. Any donations towards this channel go straight back into producing better content. I've invested so much into this channel recently, and it's so satisfying to see the investments I've made paying back to me. So, thank you for all of the recent support. You just watching these videos has helped me enough to be able to afford all of this shit, and I appreciate it. But if you want to go the extra mile in supporting me, like basically with a tip jar where you just throw in a little extra, you can check out my Patreon, Ko-fi join button, all down below. But with that being said, I know I've basically drowned out your ears with all of this information overload that I've just slammed on you in the first few minutes, so I'm sorry about that, but let's get right into the video. So, to catch you up to speed, Emily Artful is a YouTuber with 457,000 subscribers. And they recently released a Twitter thread going through everything they believe Creepshow Art did to them over the past few years, accusing them of actually being the Amy that Creepshow Art describes, and all of Creepshow Art's stories where she's being harassed by this person is actually Emily Artful's stories of Creepshow Art that Creepshow Art has made into her own stories. So, apparently, by Emily Artful's claim, all of these videos that Creepshow Art deleted the 2 million views worth were all Emily Artful's stories, and Creepshow Art was passing off her own disgraceful behaviour as someone else's, and taking Emily Artful's story about Creepshow and turning it into her own for more money. Emily Artful starts this Twitter thread by saying, "This just needs to be said. This woman has tormented me for years and years. I know her because my ex-boyfriend dated her after me. I moved on, but she/they continued to harass and stalk me." And Emily Artful then attaches an image which reads the following: "I am currently shaking and crying because Creepshow Art is finally being exposed for the absolute terrible person she is. I have known Shannon for many years, even years before she started her YouTube channel. She has copied, stalked, harassed, and threatened me and my children's lives. She's used revenge porn against me, tried to use my drug addiction against me. She's literally got me fired from multiple jobs, causing me to be homeless. This person has pushed me to the brink of suicide multiple times, and then tried to blame it on a mutual friend when I finally caught her red-handed by tracing her IP. Shannon, you are Amy. All the things you claimed Amy did to you are the things you did to me. Receipts to come, I have years of them." Now, if this is true, my assumption from the previous video that nothing about Shannon is actually real would come to be completely true. Given this situation and this allegation being made, if this were to come true, Shannon had been lying about being homeless, being stalked, being pushed to the brink of suicide, having revenge porn used against you, all of this shit. This would be the end of Creepshow Art's career, lying about all of this shit that she was doing to someone else and passing it off as her own story to act like the victim of all of these terrible behaviors. And while I'm not going to question Shannon's trauma at this point, if this allegation is to be true, which, to be completely honest, I don't see any reason for Emily to lie about this, I am utterly disgusted. And given Emily claims that she has proof, which I will be looking into in the next video, this situation could be an open and closed case where Creepshow Art is a completely guilty liar, and I believe that Shannon will never be able to make it out of this rut if this is actually true. I know a lot of YouTubers personally that are looking into this situation and trying to get verification that this was actually Shannon, and I'm waiting for them to come back to me with any evidence they can bring back, but at this point, if this situation is true, I'm utterly fucking disgusted, and knowing I've known Shannon in the past and had conversations with her, I genuinely wish I've never given her the benefit of the doubt ever if this was true. But given she never even gives the benefit of the doubt to many other people she covers on her channel, maybe I'm giving her more due diligence than she deserves. Emily Artful then follows up saying, "The fact she is saying her stalker did all this to frame her is fucking hilarious, because she has been making fake Emily Artful accounts all over the internet for years to try and cancel me over the most random shit." Now, this, if true again, would suggest that Creepshow Art holds a grudge against Emily Artful and has been trying to ruin her career for the past few years. Now, I don't know if this is true, but if this is actually real, that once again shows how fake of a person Creepshow Art is and how disgusting her behavior is. Now, obviously, I've already questioned the validity of a lot of Creepshow Art stories, given I mentioned the fact that she was hacked, where the hacker just deleted all her community posts, made it so she couldn't make community posts, and changed her profile picture and banner to be glitched out, which made no sense and happened happened around the time Creepshow Art was being criticized, but this suggests once again that Shannon will do absolutely anything and lie in any way to try and avoid any kind of backlash while being the exact same person that does this disgraceful behavior that she's using as an excuse to defend herself in these situations. Once again though, that's an allegation. Emily then follows up once again, saying what's even more fucked up is she'd fabricate this drama and then make sock puppet accounts posing as a viewer concerned, and then she would send me the screenshots that she took when she first started out doing YouTube. She would deliberately copy my thumbnails or titles. This is probably one that people could tie back to Creepshow Art if they looked into the past of Creepshow Art's channel, and if true would once again highlight how Shannon has for the longest time held a grudge against Emily Artful and has been trying to ruin her life for the longest time, and would paint Shannon as the exact type of person that would try and ruin the lives of people like Hopeless Peaches over the most dumb shit simply because she holds a grudge like this, and once again would highlight how Shannon probably manipulated Prismmate Luke into making his video while feeding Luke lies in hopes that he would believe what Shannon was claiming. And I genuinely believe from the bottom of my heart that Shannon knowingly lied during the Hopeless Peaches drama. So given that, I genuinely would be more inclined to believe that Shannon is lying here as well. Emily Artful then follows up another time saying, then message me under a sock puppet account saying, oh my god, Creepshow Art is copying you, egging me on to attack her. But guess what? I never did. I very politely asked her to maybe change her title, but also said it's her channel and she can do whatever she wants with it. Emily then says that Shannon was very nice in response and agreed to change it, and then Emily says that Creepshow went to lolcow to claim that Emily was bullying smaller creators with zero proof because Emily was very polite. Then she'd screenshot that to post. If true, this would once again imply that Shannon was using lolcow to spread these lies about many content creators, like Peaches, like D'Angelo Wallace, like Ready to Glare, like every other content creator I've discussed, that the anonymous lolcow account that people believe to be Creepshow Art is posted about. But sadly, this isn't the only content creator that Creepshow Art has posted poorly about on lolcow farms, as Fish Lizard, or Jesp, came out recently with a post detailing how Creepshow Art released some ableist posts about Jesp. These posts read the following. So it looks like Fish Lizard / Only Jesp is finally getting her desserts. The original post is deleted, but from the replies, people like Junkie and Vibzukian, it looks like she tried to call out Junkie or something kek, and thus cannibalization continues. Here's people calling her out, and the Chimmy person is apparently an ex-friend of hers she wrote an entire Google Doc about. It's a big fucking mess as someone calling her out in the Maori video. And on these posts, Creepshow Art attaches links to posts by Junkie and other content creators that have at points lied about Jesp and made a lot of shit up about them. But what you can see here is Creepshow Art trying to devalue the opinion of one of her detractors by bringing up claims made against her detractor in an attempt to try and smear their reputation because they criticized her. But this also relates to the post that Creepshow Art made in replies to one of Jess's posts before, where she said, anyone else find it weird that whenever these people are called out, they say they're gonna kill themselves? Now, if you ask me, this is incredibly ableist and a terrible stance to hold on mental health in particular, as anybody with half a brain cell knows that this simply isn't how the internet works, and when a lot of people bash down on you and you're already struggling with mental illnesses, you're very likely to easily cave in under this pressure and come towards hurting yourself in many different ways. And this is also in itself an inherent dig at people like Hopeless Peaches at the exact same time, and shows Creepshow Art clearly doesn't understand mental health in the slightest and is misrepresenting it in multiple different ways in a way to make people like Peaches and Jesp look worse by default. It's never okay in any way to question people's mental health. I thought we made this very clear when Luke made his video calling Peaches a suicide beta, and people like me called it out and highlighted how Luke clearly doesn't have any understanding of mental health. But given Creepshow Art endorsed that video, as we can tell where she promoted it on one of her other lolcow posts, it should really highlight to you and everyone else watching this video that Creepshow Art severely misunderstands mental health, and just like when she knew that Peaches was struggling mentally, it seems here that despite knowing that Jesp is struggling mentally, she tries to make it seem like Jesp is making it up as a way to smear her further. And I'm just utterly shocked that Creepshow Art has made no effort to this point to in any way address any of these allegations or provide any evidence to prove her case or innocence in any way, while simultaneously making up a multitude of what can be considered excuses to try and avoid any backlash she could possibly receive from anyone that believes her actions in this situation have been reprehensible, disgraceful, or just simply ableist and just pretty fucked up in general, and it seems that Creepshow Art is just gonna see if this situation can die down, just like she said she was gonna do with the Hopeless Peaches drama, according to content creators I know who spoke to Creepshow Art about that whole situation. From what I can tell, Creepshow Art is gonna attempt to do the same thing here. She says she'll take it legal, she says she'll handle it privately, and then she's never gonna say anything about it again and hope that the hate dies down, which is not something I'm gonna let her do. This situation and everything she's done involving it has been absolutely and utterly disgraceful, and there is no excuse for everything she has done in the event that this is true, and the fact that she is refusing to admit to anything or prove her innocence in any way suggests to me that she is guilty and is trying to hide it up. Or at least that's my opinion, and it really upsets me that she's just ignoring all of this. The fact that Emily Artful has come out with a post like this, to me, details that Creepshow Art is a content creator that should never be trusted on any of her videos from now to the end of time. This sort of thing isn't something you can come back from or be forgiven for with a simple apology. Creepshow Art, if she has done all the things she's been alleged of, is a content creator undeserving of any forgiveness or sympathy, as she's someone that hasn't cared about the sympathy of others and has at times apparently mocked mental health, mocked people for their identity, mocked people for their sexuality, mocked people for a multitude of different things, and has used her stories of harassing someone else and twisted them in a way to make it seem like she was the one being harassed. Creepshow Art, in my opinion, if this is all true, is someone that shouldn't be allowed to make content the way she does, and has no simple excuse for any of this behavior. If she can't come back providing any evidence to show her innocence, she is someone undeserving of forgiveness. Creepshow Art taking this legally, to me, means that she has no evidence to rebut anything that's been claimed against her, as if you don't know, taking something legally means in no way that you're innocent, as whoever has the most money in a legal case is normally the one that wins, and given Creepshow Art is going to be suing someone for probably a lot of money, given the way she words it, she'll probably win that case as they'll probably go for settling, which is disgusting and won't prove her innocent. I've seen people accused of several different crimes that haven't taken this legally. For example, with Slazzo, where instead of Slazzo taking this to a legal debate, which is the petty and pussy way to handle this situation, while not taking any backlash from anything that's claimed against you, people like Slazzo have actually made the effort to make whole threads and videos going through everything that's claimed against them and providing proof to oppose the allegations made against them in a way that genuinely shows their innocence. Shannon could do that, but instead she takes the approach of just going to take legal action against the person, which I doubt she could even do. But as I said, this is still allegations and I want it to be treated as such. I don't want to see any comments from people saying that they're shocked at Shannon's behavior or that they want Shannon to go down for this at this point, as Shannon hasn't been proven guilty at this moment. This is an allegation. But if it is true, this situation should be the end of Shannon's career. And that's where I'll end this video. If you have enjoyed it in any way, please do leave a like and subscribe, as these videos take a lot of work to make, and your support to promote them and bring more awareness to what's happening would genuinely be appreciated and would help these videos do better and help me grow my platform. I'm aiming for 30k, which I genuinely believe I will have hit by the time this video comes out, so genuinely, thank you. Feel free to check out my other social media like my Twitter, Discord down below to see my raw reactions to these sort of milestones and just see my raw reactions to these situations, with also a lot more of just my personal life and my thoughts on various different things that I don't have the chance to cover in videos. So if that sounds like something that would interest you, check out my other social media down below, and I genuinely appreciate all of that support. Finally, if you want to support me financially in any way, I have a Patreon, Ko-fi, and a join button all down below. All of those methods allow you to donate any amount you could possibly want, from as small as $1 to as high as like $100. I don't really care how much it is. If you could donate like anything at all, that would mean a lot, and it would make it easier for me to make this content and invest in more equipment for these videos. So if you could do that, it would mean a lot, but obviously it's not mandatory, and I'm not forcing you in any way. I genuinely just appreciate all of your support. But with that being said, I'm going to end off this video here. I don't really think there's anything more to be said at this point, and if Emily Artful comes out with a thread of screenshots, I'll follow up with another video going through everything she's proved about Shannon, and hopefully fill you in with the conclusion and final video on this whole situation. With that being said, I hope for your sake that your brain hasn't rotted to the point of not being able to comprehend anything said about anyone anymore, as this situation is mind-numbingly stupid. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and thank you for all of the recent support. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for making my childhood dreams come true. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Says she wanna rock when it like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap when it like me. We can catch a fly. Says she wanna rock when it like me.